feel full of love and joy this morning, and there's so much creative energy flowing through me. It's so interesting because for 4 weeks I just felt like this completely blank page, and as I described to a friend a couple of days ago, I feel like those 4 weeks were like being in a transformational cocoon in which this deep blossoming was taking place, and now I feel like I've popped out of this cocoon and I'm excited to share whatever comes through me with the world. And what's interesting also is that in the weeks leading up to the creative void and the ego death that came with that, I noticed I was in this strange kind of state of numbness. It was like intellectually I was understanding these philosophical concepts of non-duality, but it was very dry, and there was this kind of cynicism and detachment, but not in a very positive way. It was like detachment that came with just not really caring about anything. And on one level that seemed like, I don't know, progress in a way, because I didn't feel attached to things or people, but it was very dry, and there was this kind of this sort of, cynicism is the only word I can think to describe it, like a kind of a bitterness, it was accompanied by this sort of bitter feeling. And when I then gave myself to this process of surrender, and again, as I said right at the start of these videos, surrender is not a new concept to me. It's something that has been present right from the early days of my spiritual path. But somehow entering into this new practice of surrender and letting go, and a new understanding of what that means, it just opened my heart. And I know that might sound really cliched, but it was a real heart-opening experience, and that is when this cynicism and that kind of numb detachment melted away, and what it's allowed is this free flowing of this wondrous, innocent, beauty-filled energy that has been flowing through me since I gave myself to this practice and this transformational process. And this is not the first time this has happened to my life, this shift into being guided by the heart. And every time it happens, it's like, boom, a new level of awakening and deepening. And then, for reasons that I, cannot always fathom, I end up, slipping back or reverting to old patterns and losing, sorry, my hands are shaking because it's cold, the sun hasn't hit this part of the garden yet. I end up losing that connection. And that's fine, it's all part of the ebbs and flows of life. Another thing that's taken place in the last couple of days is that since somewhat spontaneously signing up for the Teacher of Presence course with Eckhart Tolle and Kim Eng, I've been watching some of their videos to get more familiar with them and their teachings. And what I'm feeling when I engage with them, I'm really shivering now. I need to be somewhere warmer. I'll just finish what I'm going to say. What I feel when I'm engaging with them is that this is so right. These are exactly the ideas and the teachings and the practices that are going to take this journey even deeper. And I'm really excited about that. I'm excited and I'm curious how it's going to unfold. And if I continue to make these videos as regularly as I have been, then these videos will also be documenting my journey going through that training and whatever that brings through. So that in itself could be an interesting process.